Incremental readings. So let's continue the Supermemo course, the pleasurable expansion. Let's follow with the limitations of the original course that I will try to circumvent and to compensate those limitations. I already watched the entire course twice within this month already, so I have this super fresh. So let's start with the content and design. To my surprise, there's actually no incremental reading flow almost ever. So the title is actually true. Fowl Guide to Supermemo. Yep. So you learn Supermemo as a tool, but the incremental reading flow is almost not seen ever. That's why I will push a little and mention here and there, or add a few more videos, so you can perceive the incremental reading flow during this course. Then, because Fowl was a medical student, his overall usage of the tool goes with exams, deadlines, curriculum, and all of that. Yes, he also had one extra collection for free learning, but a lot of examples or comments are related to this, to exams, which is a kind of a skewed version of the usage. Supermemo, and especially incremental reading, is not built for cramming or for a school system. It can be used, but it's not the norm, it's like the exception. And I consider this like a weakness, because yeah, it can be covered, and it will be in my reaction as well, yes, but just to let you know that, hey, this is like the alternate version, the alternate flow, is not the main flow. And I think that's quite, I could perceive that people will think, hey, the only thing I'm watching about Supermemo is this course, yeah, I could get almost a perception that it's not the same as, it's borderline misleading in some sort. Then, another thing is that the course is approached by feature, rather than use cases and projects. And so it will be more familiar. What I mean by that is that, hey, you have one feature that is postponing and mercy. Here are the settings, the criteria, all of that, the menus, all of the hard skills, which are required, by the way. But that doesn't end here. It's, okay, I want to learn about machine learning. What do I do? I want to learn a language with Supermemo. What do I do? Or more concrete, I want to import a book in Supermemo. How do I do it? Do I split? How do I set priorities? Which format do I get the images? All of that. It's no. You have of the sorting criteria. You have the feature, an overview, or perhaps more detail of everything you can do, and that's it. Next video. Batch operations. So it's not the best option in my opinion, and most of my videos, especially at the beginning, were like this, so I'm guilty of that. So I will try to circumvent this as much as I can, because it's still a reaction video, so you have more flow that, hey, this could be used for this thing, or in this case, on this scenario, and all of that. Next is that there is way too many dummy examples. So with incremental reading, you have a name of an article, then the extracts, and so on. But most of his elements are just without a title, I created manually, or just folder. It's a folder called folder, everything in one single. I mean, I already know that, and when I watch the videos, it's okay, gotcha. But if I put myself, when I was a noob, it will be harder to follow, because it's not that illustrative. So what I will do when I see this fit required is I will show some real examples, genuine examples of my collection. And if it happens that in my collection I don't have this flow, or I don't do this, I will recreate it whenever possible. Then about the design, there is, in my opinion, an excessive focus on templates. So you know the course has 16 videos, which is about 6 hours, And if we only take into account the videos that feature Supermemo, the software, are about 5 hours. There are 2 videos with templates. And look at that, 83 minutes overall. That means that a quarter of the course is about templates. And if we only take the videos that screencast Supermemo, a third is about templates. Way excessive, way excessive. And then there's a lot of features for incremental routing are not there. When I use this, when it is useful, not seen at all. There's no stats as well, but yeah, the stats, especially at the beginning of the collection, you can neglect them because they're not meaningful anyways. But there are other that, especially priorities. Only in the video of priorities are seen. Nowhere else in any single video he touches or modifies priorities. At least in my opinion. It is subjective, but as an expert, the choice is not the best, and for templates, it's way, way, way too much focus. Then, something unrelated, not because of Fowl, it's just because of time, is that it was done in Supermemo 18. Luckily, quote unquote, Supermemo 19 included very little updates, so the only thing that it's needs to be added is the new importer that you're going to import from Chrome or Edge. There's some small detail like dual layouts, something like that, but almost anecdotal. Then, overall, the execution is that yes, I know he thought previously about the distribution. I will know how to install Supermemo, then the layouts, the templates, the priorities, But the execution, it's not thought out. It's okay, I have this in mind, and well, let me explain. You have this, and you can really tell that. Even if it is edited, it's very obvious. It was the first time he was shooting that, and so on. For instance, I did hundreds of videos, but I still had more, like more than 300 in my 2-year milestone. I think I said that 300 videos that didn't make the cut because I reshoot them, I did some mistakes, so I started again or something like that. And for instance, these videos, those 5 starting videos of this course, I already shot them 1 week ago, but I changed the scope of how I plan to do the course and the order of the course that I had to reshoot that. This is a lot more time, a lot more effort. So, for the same reason, is that he loses focus. So, for instance, you have that's my Notion notes. The video about priorities is different ways you can create a concept, the element window toolbar, the status bar, the element parameters, the A factor, the element ordinal that you don't need to know, and the pending queue. Finally, the priorities again, sorting criteria that goes in consonants. Then default for getting index. There's way too much miscellaneous things here. So you have a long video, but you only have like 5 minutes. Look at that, 1 minute here about priorities, and 1 minute here about the Alt-P menu priorities. So you only have 2 minutes of priorities. That's all you get. And then sorting criteria, he goes back and forth. You can see the time spans. Not only that, so here I have the videos I will do based on the video from him. So let me do that. Introduction, I will do this. Let me go to templates, priorities. Here you go. See, this is how he did it. In my case, will be 19 different videos. In this case, I will only be introducing one. Everything is an expanding of what he says. But then I have the same list, but the recording order, because it's so chaotic that wait. I need to make this nonlinear. It will be a challenge, by the way. Make this nonlinear. That's why I needed to go through the course twice, at the very least. And if I go, look at that. I will do the element window toolbar. It will be the video 28, more or less, and it's in priorities. Then I will go to layouts, to collections, templates, layouts. You see that I'm not following the order. And if I go to the same example, the priorities, it was shown on the screen, but I didn't mention it. So for instance, I will use this on the concepts, this is on the element parameters, the learning flow, element parameters again, element operations, batch operations, in the subset, in the space repetition. So you see that they are in different places. I try to make this atomic. So I split all of the videos in 160. And then I reorder them in different sections. So at some degree, could I say that it would have been actually easier to see what he does and I redo it from scratch, rather than pinpointing where he does this, go there, record and add my 2 cents, and then with editing, changing the order and all of that. So this is a massive limitation. And also as a consequence, there's a lot of dead time. As a user, I'm just waiting because Fowl is lost navigating the menus. He doesn't remember the exact menu option there is, or he clicks something and it's not the result, the outcome is not the one he's expecting, and all of that. Sometimes this is not edited out because was not recorded later. So if you edit this out, there will be no context how he ended up there. So yeah, in this strict sense, doesn't respect your time here and there as a viewer. So I will try to circumvent this and go to the point. Everything is thought out. So I have exactly what I need to do. And sometimes I record, I finish, and then right away I record again. So it's more, the flow is a lot more than before. So I rehearse. But this again is more effort and more time on my part. But because those videos I want to be evergreen, I will try to commit time because I'm prioritizing by quality. And one last thing is that Fowl uses a non-standard resolution. So there's a lot of space that is not Supermemo with his background or desktop. And yeah, I have 2 monitors, for instance, and I change my monitors because I want the one with the standard resolution to be the one that I'm recording on, because the second monitor is less wide, let's say. So it's not a big deal, but if you have a smaller screen, low resolution like Full HD or lower, the text sometimes is kind of tiny to read because it has a much higher resolution. So those are all of the limitations. Please let me know the limitations you will see in this course once you finish this course, or when you see one in one particular video. Feel free to comment. This is what I request, feedback. I provide the course for free to you, so if you want, you can give back to me with feedback, for instance, or donations, if you will. So that's all for now, and see you in the next video.